Good morning, folks, and happy Friday. I hope and pray that you're well today, and I hope and pray that you are experiencing and expecting God's blessings this day. Many folks and situations to keep in prayer, so I encourage you to do that. Be in prayer for Sister Peggy Morris as she's recovering from surgery and everything, and we just pray for God's hand to be on her for healing and wholeness, and be in prayer for Ben as well as he's with her day after day in Roanoke as she recovers. And we definitely want to send our prayers to them and our love to them, and many other situations, people, things that we need to take to the throne of grace. So be sure to do that this day and every day. I want to read to you today in the book of Philippians, and y'all know that I love the testimony and I love the books of the Apostle Paul. And I just identify a whole lot with the Apostle Paul, and just so thankful that we have the resource of his writings to encourage us, to teach us, to give us that direction that we need. In Philippians chapter 1, verse number 29, Paul says this: "For to you it has been granted on behalf of Christ not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for his sake." See, that'll blow out of the water all these theories that if you come to Christ, you don't have any difficulty. Jesus himself said in John chapter 16 that you're going to have tribulation. And Paul reiterates that right here. For to you it has been granted on behalf of Christ not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for his sake. Verse 30, "Having the same conflict which you saw in me and now here is in me." Now I want to get into chapter number 2, a couple of verses. Chapter 1, verses 29 and 30, they set the stage for what Paul is fixing to say here in chapter number 2. "Therefore," or because of what we just read, "if there is any consolation in Christ, if any comfort or love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any affliction or mercy, fulfill my joy by being like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord and of one mind." Think about that right there. I often say that, especially when we gather to worship, we do that in one accord. What does that mean right there? It means that because of our common belief in Christ, we gather together in one accord to worship him. Think about that. We all have our own personal worship time. We all have our own personal prayer and devotion time. But we come together as believers. We believe in one God and his Son, Jesus Christ. And we come together in that one accord to worship. And Paul says right here, we do that because we are going to have difficulty in Christ. No one said that life is going to be easy. I mentioned a minute ago that Peggy is recovering from surgery. No one ever told us that when you start believing in Christ, when you become a Christian, that there'd be no more surgeries. Nobody ever said that. Nobody ever said that there wouldn't be heartache. Nobody ever said that there wouldn't be bereavement. But because of our common belief, we can worship him. And I think that's what Paul is telling us in these passages here today. And I hope and pray that it brings you some comfort, some encouragement, and maybe even some conviction if conviction is necessary. You know, we said about that idea of being in one accord. We're all different people. We all have different identities. We have different personalities. We have different motivators. But we can all be of one accord in our belief and in our worship. So I hope and pray that this gives you a challenge today, and I hope and pray gives you comfort and encouragement. Don't forget, on Sunday is our Veterans Day worship. So come and be a part of that. And come and be a part of our Thanksgiving fellowship following that time of worship. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. And I hope and pray that you're being in prayer for it right now. And I pray that you're inviting folks. And I pray that if you watch our Facebook page, but you don't come to church, that you'll come and be a part of this. Because we want you to experience God's love, especially this special day where we're going to celebrate veterans and we're gonna gather around the table of fellowship. So that's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. So I hope and pray that you can be there. Hope and pray you have a wonderful day the rest of today. If you need anything, I am but a phone call away. And I love you folks. I want to make sure that you experience God's blessings this day, no matter what might be going on in your life. And I'll talk to you a little bit later. God bless you.